Your school made sure you knew the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but somehow nobody ever sat you down and explained why you feel completely broke 3 days after every single payday. Today I'm fixing that with 28 money lessons the classroom quietly skipped. We're going rapid fire through every single one of them. No fluff and no filler. And I promise at least a couple are going to genuinely surprise you. So grab something to drink, get comfortable, and let's fix a decade of missing money education in about 10 minutes. Quick ground rule before we dive in head first. I'm here to teach you ideas, not to tell you exactly what to do with your specific money. So everything today is education and entertainment, not personalized financial advice. Cool. Let's start the countdown. Now I've split this into a fast countdown, but pay closest attention around numbers 10, 17, and 28, because those three genuinely reshaped how I personally think about money. Alright, no more stalling. Let's start at number 1. Lesson 1. Compound interest, the closest thing to actual magic in all of finance. This is the money your money earns, and then the money that new money earns on top of that. Left completely alone for a few decades, a modest monthly deposit can quietly snowball into a number that honestly looks like a typo. Starting early with a little beats starting late with a lot, almost every single time. Lesson 2. Pay yourself first and automate it so you never even have to feel it happen. Before rent, before takeout, before that impulse gadget you'll forget about within a week, move a fixed slice of every paycheck straight into savings or investments. Treat your future self like a bill you're legally required to pay, and you'll never again sit around hoping there's money left over at the end of the month. Lesson 3. Not all debt is automatically evil, no matter what your uncle loudly insists at Thanksgiving dinner. Debt that buys an appreciating asset or reliably grows your income can be a genuinely useful tool. But debt that funds a depreciating impulse at 20-something% interest is a slow-motion trap that eats your future. Learn to tell those two completely apart before you ever sign a single thing. Lesson 4. Your credit score is basically your entire financial reputation squished down into one 3-digit number. It quietly decides your loan interest rates, your apartment approvals, and in some places, even whether you land the job. Pay your bills on time every time. Keep your card balances low, and please do not close your oldest credit card on some random whim. Lesson 5. Build an emergency fund before you invest a single dollar anywhere else. 3 to 6 months of living expenses parked in boring, instantly accessible cash is exactly what stops one broken transmission from spiraling into crushing credit card debt. It's not glamorous, it will never impress anyone at a party, but it's genuinely the seatbelt of your whole financial life. Quick gut check for you. How many of these 5 has any math teacher you've ever had actually bothered to mention? Yeah, mine neither. Compound interest would have been a little more useful in daily life than memorizing the quadratic formula. But here we all are, fixing the gap ourselves. Let's keep rolling. Lesson 6. Lifestyle inflation is the silent wealth killer that almost nobody warns you about. Every single raise starts to feel like official permission to upgrade the car, the apartment, and basically everything you own. But if your spending climbs at exactly the same speed as your income, you could triple your salary someday and still feel every bit as broke as you do right now. Lesson 7. Assets put money into your pocket, and liabilities quietly pull money right back out of it. A rental property that pays you rent every month is an asset working for you. A shiny new truck that drinks gas, insurance, and monthly payments is a liability, no matter how incredible it looks parked in your driveway. Lesson 8. Nobody bothers to teach you how income taxes actually work, so a shocking number of grown adults genuinely panic about moving up into a higher tax bracket. Here's the truth. Only the income above each threshold gets taxed at that higher rate, not your entire salary all at once. A raise will never, ever leave you taking home less money. Quick one. If that tax bracket fact just quietly rearranged your entire brain, you are absolutely not alone in that. Half the internet gets into fistfights about it every single week. Anyway, deep breath, let's keep going. Lesson 9. Your cash quietly loses a little value every single year you simply hold on to it. When prices rise across the whole economy, the $20 bill hiding under your mattress buys noticeably less next year than it does today. That slow, invisible leak is called inflation, and it's exactly why keeping every dollar you own in plain cash is secretly its own kind of risk. Lesson 10, and this one is genuinely enormous. Over the long run, most highly paid professional stock pickers actually fail to beat a simple, low-cost index fund once you subtract all their fees. An index fund just quietly buys a tiny slice of hundreds of different companies at once, so you get instant diversification for almost nothing. I am not telling you what to buy for your exact situation. This is education and not advice, but the data keeps repeating the very same stubborn pattern year after year. Lesson 11. Time in the market almost always beats trying to time the market. Attempting to leap out right before every dip and then jump back in at the perfect bottom sounds brilliant in theory, but even the well-paid professionals mostly get it embarrassingly wrong. Boring, relentless consistency tends to quietly crush frantic cleverness over a full investing lifetime. Be brutally honest with yourself for 1 second here. Are you actually investing? Or are you gambling and just calling it investing so it feels responsible? There is a very real difference, and your brain absolutely loves to blur the line between the two. All right, back to the countdown. Lesson 12. A budget is not a punishment or a cage. It's genuinely a permission slip for your own freedom. One dead simple starting frame is splitting your take-home pay into rough buckets for needs, for wants, and for savings. Tweak the exact ratios until they fit your real life, but always know where your money is actually going. Lesson 13. Insurance is deeply, painfully boring right up until the single day it quietly saves your entire financial life. Health, disability, and renter's coverage all exist for one reason: to stop one terrible afternoon from erasing years of hard-won progress. You are not really buying a product here. You're buying protection from total catastrophe. Lesson 14. Your salary is negotiable far more often than you've ever been led to believe. And honestly, the biggest raises across most careers come from strategically switching jobs, not politely waiting around for tiny annual bumps. Learning to calmly and confidently ask for more money is quietly one of the highest paid skills that exists anywhere. Lesson 15. Leaning on one single paycheck is a whole lot riskier than it ever feels when times are good. A side income, a sharp freelance skill, a tiny business, even dividends from investments, each one adds real resilience to your life. If one stream suddenly dries up, the others keep the lights on while you calmly regroup. Lesson 16. Whether you happen to love the idea or absolutely hate it, you are already running a business, and that business is you. Your skills, your reputation, and your network are the actual product you're offering the world. Investing in what you can genuinely do, and in who knows your name, often pays off more than any hot stock tip ever will. All right, we are basically at the halfway mark now. Take a quick breath, and maybe tap that like button if even one of these has already made something click into place for you. It genuinely helps the channel more than you'd ever guess. Now let's absolutely rip through the entire back half. Lesson 17. Paying only the minimum on a credit card is a financial trap wearing the friendly costume of a courtesy. At a high interest rate, even a fairly modest balance can take years and years to fully clear, quietly costing you far more than you originally borrowed in the first place. Those cozy little minimum payments were very carefully designed to keep you paying for a long time, not to ever actually set you free. Lesson 18. Every single dollar you spend secretly carries an opportunity cost. That real cost isn't just the number printed on the price tag. It's everything that same money could have quietly grown into if you had invested it instead. Sometimes the true price of a purchase is the future version of yourself you're unknowingly canceling just to have it right now. Little side note here, because opportunity cost quietly runs your entire life, whether you notice it or not. Every single yes to one thing is secretly a no to something else. Okay, keep moving with me. Lesson 19. Your net worth matters a whole lot more than your income ever does. Net worth is simply everything you own minus everything you owe, boiled down to one honest number. Plenty of flashy high earners are secretly drowning in debt, and plenty of quiet, unremarkable savers are far wealthier than they will ever look from the outside. Lesson 20. A brand new car loses a huge chunk of its value the very second you drive it off the dealership lot, and then it just keeps quietly sinking in value for years afterward. You are not buying an investment that grows over time. You're buying a rapidly melting ice cube that happens to come with cup holders and a decent stereo. Raise your hand if you've ever justified a shiny new car payment as somehow building your credit. Yeah, me too, once upon a time. We all live and we all learn, usually the expensive way. Next one, Lesson 21. Renting is absolutely not automatically throwing your money away, and buying a home is not automatically winning at the game of life. Owning quietly comes bundled with property taxes, endless repairs, and insurance that most excited buyers conveniently forget to count. Run the actual numbers for your own real situation instead of just repeating whatever your relatives shout at dinner. Lesson 22. Fees are tiny, innocent-looking numbers that do genuinely enormous long-term damage. A 1% annual fee sounds completely harmless, almost like a rounding error you'd never notice, but stretched across several decades, it can quietly devour a shocking slice of your total investment returns. Always know exactly what you are being charged and why. Wild, right? A number that tiny doing that much quiet damage over an entire lifetime. Turns out compounding genuinely cuts both ways, my friend, and the fee side of it never once sleeps. 6 lessons left, stay with me. Lesson 23. Your single worst investing enemy is almost always the face staring right back at you in the mirror. Panic selling the very instant everything turns red, then only buying back and once everyone around you is greedy again, is exactly how ordinary people lock in painful, permanent losses. A boring, automatic plan mostly exists to protect you from your own churning emotions. Lesson 24. Never pour everything you have into one single stock, one hyped coin, or the very company that already signs your paycheck. Diversification simply means spreading your bets around so that one bad outcome can't completely wipe you out overnight. It's honestly about as close to a genuine free lunch as investing ever actually offers anyone. Lesson 25. If your employer offers to match your retirement contributions, understand clearly that this match is essentially free money and an instant, guaranteed return you simply cannot beat anywhere else on earth. Skipping it is like politely turning down a chunk of your own salary just because filling out one slightly boring form felt annoying that afternoon. Almost there, and honestly you're crushing it. Just 3 lessons left to go, and these final few happen to be the ones that quietly matter the most for the entire rest of your life. Hang in with me. Lesson 26. Actually read the fine print before you sign your name on anything at all. Introductory rates always eventually expire. Those free trials quietly auto-renew into charges, and subscriptions love to bury the cancel button on purpose. Those dull little paragraphs everyone lazily skips are exactly where companies hide the parts that end up costing you real money. Lesson 27. Money is consistently ranked as one of the biggest sources of stress inside relationships, and yet somehow absolutely nobody teaches you how to actually talk about it out loud. Getting genuinely aligned early on spending, saving, and shared goals with your partner prevents an entire painful category of nasty financial surprises down the road. Lesson 28. The big one that quietly ties every other lesson together. Your single greatest asset was never money at all. It's time. Time is exactly what lets compound interest work its slow magic. Lets your early mistakes heal over, and lets tiny daily habits grow into genuinely enormous outcomes. The best day to start was years ago, and the honest second best day is today. And that, my friend, is all 28 of them, back to back. Quick but genuinely important reminder before you go. Everything here was general education and entertainment, not personalized financial advice. So take whatever actually fits your own life, and always do your own homework before any big money move. If this managed to fill in even a few of the gaps that school somehow skipped over, do me one small favor and subscribe, because next time we are breaking down exactly how compound interest can turn boring pocket change into real, genuinely life-changing wealth. I'll see you in that one.